AVC Jack here. Welcome to Vinyl Martini. Continuing on with that alphabet thread today, started by Jakob, our Danish friend. I am going to do the letters E and F today, trying to catch up to everybody. So let's get started. Under the letter E, I'm going to start off with a banger. I don't have a lot of E's, so I didn't have a lot of choice, but I'll show you what I got. How about the band Embryo, German krautrock. Amazing record, 1973 release. It is on the beautiful copy on the Green Brain label. I've had this for hundreds of years. Fantastic record. German English band based in Germany. Embryo, look at that cover. That's fantastic, isn't it? Great condition as well. Next up, somebody that I don't think ever gets mentioned in the VC, but he was a pretty big singer-songwriter in the 70s, Dave Edmunds. This is a really nice album. He's pretty good. You can pick up his records for about $1. I usually see them and they're kind of chewed up, but if I see a nice copy, I'm going to pick up some more of his records. Dave Edmunds it's on Atco Records. There's Dave. What a star. Great record, actually. Next up, how about some Dave Edmunds? Nick Lowe's buddy, Elvis Costello's buddy. It's on Swan Song. This is a 1979 release. It's called Repeat When Necessary. Excellent record. Easy to find. Highly recommend Dave Edmunds. Rock, power pop. I don't know what else you can say about him. The great Steve Earle. This is Steve Earle and the Dukes. His second album called Exit O. This is a 1987 release. It was recorded digitally back in the day when you would put that proudly on your album cover. Not so much today, but great record. Nowhere Road is great. Angry Young Man. The Rain Came Down is fantastic. The Week of Living Dangerously. Great record. I'm a big Steve Earle fan. I went to see him a year and a half ago in Vancouver. Put on a great show as ever. Now this isn't a band, but it is a series of discs. This is a sound effect discs, and the series is called Environments. This is Ultimate Thunderstorm and Gentle Rain in a Pine Forest. Very, very nice to play very, very late at night. And if you're in a drought and you feel like hearing some rain and some thunder, put this on and that'll satisfy your itch. Environments. I think there's about, excuse me, about 15 albums in that series, and I've got about 6 or 7 of them. Pick them up whenever I see them. Next, the late, great John Entwistle, Smash Your Head Against the Wall. I think this is a 1973 release. This is his second release, I believe. Great cover. Yeah. Songs on here. Of course, they're not listed, but My Size, Pick Me Up, What Are We Doing Here, What Kind of People Are They, Heaven and Hell, Ted and You're Mine, Number 29, and I Believe in Everything. Always I didn't feature a John Entwistle song on every Who record, but his songs like Boris the Spider are classics. John Entwistle, highly recommend his first couple of records. And of course, last but not least, under E, Brian Eno. This is his 1977 release, Before and After Science. Got some great players on here. Phil Collins is on here. Rhett Davies, Dave Maddox from Fairport's on here. Andy Fraser is on drums here, on various cuts. Bill McCormick on bass. Great record. Always entertaining, always original. Brian Eno, especially his first 5 albums or so, they're great. Fantastic. Next, we're in the Fs. And this is not an artist or a band that starts with F, but I file it under F because it's called Funky Funky Chicago. This is rare and reissued. No, sorry. Let me start again. Rare and unissued Chicago funk from the vaults of Mod Art Stuff, Scorpio Records, 1973 to 1977. There's the back cover. These guys do great comps. Fantastic stuff. Look at that cover. Look at that band on the cover. That's when funky bands were funky bands. Who's under? The Chosen Few, Georgiana McCoy and the Classettes, The Rock, Artie White, Electric Jungle, Casey Jones, Eddie Houston, Max Simmons and Jimmy Mitchell, to name a few. Highly collectible and great pickup. If you like funk from obscure labels, that one is worth picking up. Next up, the late great Aretha Franklin. This is on Atlantic Records. This was a 1970 release, and album's titled This Girl's in Love with You. Of course, she does a cover of that. She does Dark End of the Street, Let It Be, Eleanor Rigby, Sit Down and Cry, Call Me. She does a version of The Wait. And of course, This Girl's in Love with You. Fantastic soul from the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, on Atlantic Records. Next up, one of my favorite bands, not so much their later stuff, but this middle period. This is Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me. I think this is Bob Welch's first album with the band. I think he stayed with them for about 5 or 6 records. He was one of their main writers and vocalists. Fantastic cover as well. There's the lovely Christine in the back there. Great record, very heavy record, rock record, 1973. If you like that middle period of Fleetwood Mac, you have to have this one in your collection. Next up, Fairport Convention. This album is without Sandy Denny. It's Full House. I love Fairport Convention. I love the traditional English rock. Walk a While's on here, Dirty Linen, Sloth, Flatbook Caper, Doctor of Physic. Of course, the band is Dave Maddox, Simon Nicol, Dave Pegg, Dave Swarbrick, and Richard Thompson, vocals and guitar. Fantastic record. Great picture of the band in the gatefold. I think this is no date on this, no date on the record. Yesterday I showed some records. I didn't know the dates they were released, but this I believe this is 1970 or 1971. Picked this up in Denver, Colorado. I'm a big Family fan, the band Family. This is Family, A Song for Me. This is their 3rd release on Reprise Records. Picked it up in Denver, Colorado at Wax Trax. That's a great store if you're ever in Denver. Nice gatefold. I am gonna do a retrospective on the Family and the music for Roger Chapman after he left Family. That's coming up in the new year. I have to get myself organized sometime to do that, but highly recommend Family. They're a rock prog band, proggy folk band. Hard to describe them, just like it's hard to describe those English bands from like 1970 but to about 1975. They were so creative and beyond description, really. Next up is Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. This is a 1972 release. Donny Hathaway was such a good singer, such a good writer. Roberta Flack is a beautiful singer. I see this in the bins all the time. There are the duo there. They do a fine job. They do a fine job on this this record, singing together and playing. Very soulful. Great record. And coming up last, another artist that I rarely see in the VC, and this is a Christmas record, and I don't show too many Christmas records, but this is John Fahey, his 1968 release. It's called The New Possibility. No singing, just acoustic guitar. Beautiful, beautiful album. So if you're tired of Mariah Carey, Nat King Cole, all those kind of regular stuff you hear at Christmas, and you don't have this, I guarantee you, if you pick this up, and if you can find it, this will become your favorite Christmas record. So there you go. Thanks again, Jakob, for starting this thread. A lot of people are starting to pile on now, and that's great to see because you get to check out everybody's what's deep in their collections. It's a lot of fun to do. So if you haven't subbed Jakob yet, I I'm going to leave his link. And if you haven't subbed me up, why don't you sub me? At least give me a like, leave a comment. Love to hear from you. Anyways, till next time. Oh, I'm going fishing tomorrow, so I am not going to do a video tomorrow. I was going to start on my 500 record collection that I bought, but I will start that on Sunday or Monday. Till then, see you guys later.